why it weighs more, तो shock क्यों ना stays more. Beautifully done, Manisha. We have now got everybody's
Thank you, sir.
favorite chef. Everybody's favorite chef. That was beautifully done. And I love the combination of Yemen. And it's true that it was the Yemeni Arabs who actually
Yes, sir.
taught India how to make the halim. Uh, then we have, of course, everybody's favorite chef. Now we are running out of time and I'm getting prompts from everywhere. So, Parminder, uh, everybody's favorite chef, and reminds me of a much younger and much more handsome Manjeet Singh Gill. Okay, and I hope he is not listening to me. Parvinder, over to you. Okay,
Thank you. I will just share my screen. Since there's a paucity of time, let me thank everybody. I feel very humbled to be in this elite panel. I have a 7-course degustation menu, but I will kind of be, little quick on just sharing my screens with you, and I'll go through the food that I've curated. The theme is landscapes and ecosystem. And with India's dramatic changes in its terrain in a relatively small radius of 200 kilometers, there is a direct access to country products right from various altitudes ranging from the coast to the hills. So I've taken inspiration from these terrains and depicted various indigenous ingredients from across the country. Some of the ecosystems I have taken inspiration include northern eastern hills, marine life. I hope to take you through a journey of India with contemporary outlook. So there's of course a little bit of melange of Peruvian ingredients and Japanese as well. So the first one is hills, which is the terrain. It's a northern eastern hills have been an inspiration for this course. Some of the spiciest chili that the world knows comes from here, Good Jalokia. So there's a crisp fried palm heart which has been stuffed with cherry tomato relish and naga chilies, and it is coated in panko crust and crisp fried. Since it's a fried amuse-bouche, I thought of serving a carbonated wine, the Shandon Delis from the Nashik Valley, and because the carbonation, yes,
good job.
Carbonation also, improves the mouthfeel with the crispy food. The second one, is so this is a cultured butter, which we made here. Okay, so talking about the soup, it's from the Green Highlands, and it's called Alturas, which means heights in Spanish. The next course, it's based on sustainability, which is the theme for the decade. Trimmings of all the vegetables that have been used in this entire course have been simmered to create the most delectable consomme. And then it is served along with a tea bag, which is filled with Ayurvedic herbs such as Arjan ki chal, Himachali long, moringa leaves, and giloy. This tea bag is packed with earthy flavors and it enhances the flavor and the nutrition of the consomme. Since it's a beverage already like a soup course, I would skip a wine there. Then this is a pre-appetizer, which is from the backwaters. So I'm taking you on a journey through the backwaters of Kerala with the next dish. Here we have so here basically, this one is basically talking about the marine life. And they say one of the calmest places in the world is below the sea. Hence, this course takes you to the marine ecosystems, representing the beautiful pearls and the coral reefs. So here is scallops, which is presented with the coral tui on the base of vegetables.
Excellent.
These are the backwaters, taking you on journey through the backwaters of Kerala. With we have a mushroom varval pide. So pide is a Turkish flatbread. So mushroom varval has been put inside and gratinated. And for this, we could serve a Pinot Noir, from USA, Oregon, or the Indian or Zinfandel Rose Sula from Nashik Valley would also pair very well with this. Taking you on to a very, very delectable dish. It's called Extreme Roots, and here is their array of root vegetables, which takes you to the textures of gastronomy. So there's a pickled black carrot, there's a carrot puree, there's a goat cheese mousse, there's a savory soil which has been created, and then the pea shoot has been dug inside to give you the effect as if the dish represents the growth of a freshly sprouted plant with edible soil. And for this, we are presenting Merlot Grover art collection from the Nandi Hills, which will really go very well with this. And the next dish here is Delta, which represents the West Bengal's exquisite black rice, which is paired with our own winter greens to create a kind of a risotto. So we have black rice, bathua, spinach, and arborio rice. And then going on to the next course, which is, it represents the royal art of hunting. The farm-raised quail. Ideally, I would have liked to hunt the quail myself. But this quail is stuffed with the quail farce, and it represents the biggest ecosystem in the world, which is the jungle. So very simple presentation with quails, balsamic reduction. And I would like to present this main course with the Grover Zampa Vijay Amritraj edition of wine, which is again from Nandi Hills, and its grapes are Cabernet Sauvignon, Shiraz, and Viognier. So this really pairs up very well. So here I'm going to talk about this wonderful dessert, which I call Northern Valleys. As we all know that all's well that ends well. So here we are presenting the last course, which is called the Whirlwind, the tropical fruits of the Northern Valley, the matcha tea parfait, which also I have substituted with Makai Badi tea, and raspberry cremo. And raspberry, it grows wild in Uttarakhand and even Kashmir. It is paired with lime cheesecake, passion fruit gel, crunchy parts such as sesame tui and popped quinoa shingles. They give a real good texture to the dessert. And for this, basically, I am presenting a wine which is called the Baron Philippe de Rothschild. So which is again a very, very nice wine. I just wanted to share one of the screens with you just to tell you how I have arrived at this wine selection. I wouldn't take too much of time, but I thought it's important for me to share how this was done. Sorry, I have to open the presentation first and then share the screen. Yeah. So if you just look at, for example, the dessert here, it highlights first the notes. What are the flavors? So it has salt, sweet, sour. So these are the flavors in this coming from raspberry and the sweet. And then it breaks down the wine components to, what is the body, fruity, and then pairing suggestions. And there are built-in reasons. So this I've done for every course. If any chef wants it, I'm very happy to, send it, share it on a mail with you. So there's an option one which talks about the local wine, and there's also, of course, the imported wine that you can serve with this.
Remember, no wonder you're everybody's favorite chef. This is one of beautiful,
fantastic.
One of the most beautiful presentations and so thoughtfully done. And I tell you, you have brought kindness into this entire and humility. All right, so I think we owe you. Okay.
Thank you, sir. And just from the entire chef fraternity, since you're always there for a shero shairi, there was a very small 10-second share, Diwan Sahib, for you from the chef's fraternity, and it goes like, इलायची के दानों सा मुकद्दर है अपना, इलायची के दानों सा मुकद्दर है अपना, महक उतनी ही बिखरी पिसे गए जितना.
आपका बहुत नवाजिश है और इनायत मेहरबानी. Now I've been badgered by the BW team that we need to carry on. So we now have our Multani relative, right? Yes, we've got Rajiv. Rajiv?
Yes, sir. So, namaste everyone, and thank you so much, Mr. Anand, for guiding us, and welcome, Mr. Kunal, as our mystery guest.
Thank you. Big fan.
What I have done is I have just created some table setup for you, which I would like you to see that how your food will be served. So this is how my table is set up. If you can see this, I'll just tilt the camera. If you can see this. So this is the creation which I have done at home actually, because I'm working from home.
Wow.
So let me start my presentation. So what I am going to do is I'm also going to share some presentation to you, but at the same time I will also be doing some action in presenting my food. So I think you all will appreciate that. So what I've done is I am not going any course wise in my menu. When Mr. Anand said ki do something different, some different dishes which are forgotten. So as a chef, if you actually see what happens is every chef says कि मैंने तो ये घर से मेरी माँ से सीखा था, मैंने घर से काम शुरू किया था, उसके बाद फिर मैं होटल में आया. Most of our chefs, if you see, has this thing in mind that we have learned a lot of things from our mother. So similarly, I will also say that I have learned a lot of things from my mother, and of course at home. I do a lot of cooking at home. So I thought, let me present some of the dishes which I learned at home, and then I took them to the hotels also, and I presented them in my menus. So to start with, as a welcome, what I have done is I have made a Triratna ka Amrut, which is actually made out of dried coriander, sandalwood, and fennel seeds. So I'm going to serve this to you, Mr. Kunal. So it is going to be served here. This is actually got sandalwood flavor. I have actually used if you can see, there is a sandalwood in this, if you are able to see, which actually was soaked for overnight. And this is how we have done. You actually see this sandalwood and dried fennel and coriander combination, which I have done. This is actually been done overnight. In fact, I left it for 24 hours and with the sugar candy, which is called as mishri. So this has got an in-depth flavor of fennel. Not only fennel is actually, it helps balance the appetite. So if you actually see, the Ayurvedic scriptures claim that the fennel seeds reduce the Tridosha, which is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So giving their cooling effect on the body. So our grandmothers actually used to consume a lot of fennel-infused decoctions. So during the scorching summer, so as to relieve heat from the body. What I've done is I have also given it a hint of lemon in this drink. So it gives a very soothing flavor. Similarly, if you see the coriander, what happens is full of antioxidants, which boost the immunity and democratic anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and neuroprotective effects. So this is my welcome drink, which I have served you. The second course which I am taking you is the Pili Mirch Mahi Ke Lifafe, which is actually the fish kebabs, which are wrapped in taftan, and the fish is marinated with yellow chili, turmeric, and carom seeds, and a very subtle marinade. And it is actually the Royal Avdi style tawa grilled fish kebab, which is served in the taftan pocket. So if you see the taftan is a very, very different bread. It's not so easy to make. When I used to make taftan, many times, the dough, because there's an equal quantity of ghee and maida is used in that, with some other ingredients. So we used to actually make the dough in the chiller, in the walk-in cooler of the hotel. So because otherwise it starts melting. So this is how I have done this dish, which is actually the inherent is the deep flavor is the fish cakes, which is in the center stage, and it is complemented with subtle marinade. Third dish which I am going to present is the Murki Lodge. This is actually a very classic Hyderabadi preparation, which is unwittingly lost in time of the history, yet not forgotten actually. So this is the originally which was made. It used to be made with mutton. So what I have done is I have prepared this dish with a chicken mince, which is actually steamed in a lodge shape. Lodge is basically a shape of a barfi, which is a cake, and it is actually layered with boiled egg and of course topped with watermelon and muskmelon and chandi ka work. So this is what I have prepared there, and this will be served with a dum scented gravy, which is saffron scented. So this is my third course. The fourth one, which is very, very special to my heart, and I must tell you that this is one dish which you may think that achar will go in that dish. There is no achar which goes into that dish. This is actually cooked in a very different style. I will show you how it has been cooked. This I have used the earthenware pot. This is how, if you can see this, this is the dish. You see, I generally prefer that Indian curries, presenting them on a pre-plated becomes a little difficult. But anyhow, if you see, I have done the presentation here. This is actually the chops which I have cooked, and there is some saffron rice, and then of course there's some chili, and there is what we call is mukki ka pyaj. So that is there. So I'm going to just do a little presentation for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to top it with the gravy here. And there's some extra gravy to serve. And I'm going to garnish it with the chili. On top, these are the chilies which are actually Bhavnagari chilies, which are filled with achari masala. And then this is actually put on dum. The ingredients which I have used is very simple ingredients. Let me tell you my menu. I have used very local ingredients which are available across India, and anybody can cook it. This is actually a combination of curd with dhania powder, salt, and the Panch Foran masala, which is cooked on dum. And it's a very special dish. Mr. Anand, I would definitely like you to try one of these days when I can make it for you.
I'm on my way. We'll have, fortunately, we're running out of time. So, we just have to...
And the other preparation is Himalayan Dingri Dulma. This is actually what we have been using is Gucci. But what I have done here is, this is Dhingri, which you can see this. This is actually a Himalayan Dhingri, which is combined with the cottage cheese. So this is what I have used in my Himalayan Dhingri Dulma, which is flavored with Shahi Zira. So that is my preparation. Then the other preparation which I am going to do is Swanjane ke kofte. I don't know how many of you have heard of Swanjana. Swanjana is basically the flour of drumsticks, which is actually available in season, but at home what we do is we can also make them sun-dried and keep them. So that is the preparation which I have done. These are also used for, in Banaras, a lot of people use it for pakoras and making chillas and all that. So I fondly remember this, so that is why I have put this in my menu. And of course the Swanjana ka phali, which is called as sangri, which is used in our Rajasthani cuisine. I think Mr. Anand had already guessed it. I also have one dal mukundwadi, mukundwadi is basically a subtly flavored gluten, which is actually acquired from rinsing of a day-old wheat dough, which is actually khamira dough. So that is, you have to wash it under the water, and then what you get is in hand is the gluten that is steamed, and then it is cooked with the chane ki dal. And
we'll have to intervene now because we have two more panelists, two more speakers, and we just have 2 minutes.
Yes, just 2 dishes more, and this is the roti which I was talking to you. This is actually the Doli wali roti. It takes 36 hours to 48 hours to make. It is all made on natural fermentation, spices being used. It is very flavorful. And the last one which I have done is Nani ki sevaiyan. If you see at home, our grandmothers used to make, sevaiyan at home, which is now available in market also everywhere. These are handmade sevaiyans, which are actually cooked with milk. And what I have done is I have topped it with chena and some seeds. This is what I have done. And the last one is the serpentine coffee, which I would definitely like to serve, which is actually a coffee which is flavored with liquor. And this is served. Actually, this is a preparation which is done live, and it looks.
Thank you. Okay, so as you know, we have to rush because there's an award ceremony after this. So I'm going to, I think, fantastic. Okay, this is absolutely fantastic. Rakesh.
Thank you.
Full Gulab da Rakesh, Punjab da. Aja bhai Rakesh.
Thank you and good afternoon to everybody. And I'm really honored to be part of this esteemed panel and my colleagues from the industry. Not taking much time, I understand we are running short of time. We'll quickly go on to the content for today's presentation. And for the reason we are here, my menu that I have compiled is going to talk about the heritage, the quality, the atmospherics, sustainability, and of course, vocal for local. India's rich cultural heritage is known the world over. This diversity of culture can be seen in our enormous cuisine. Indian cuisine, in true sense, is an amalgamation of the cultures, traditions, and influences of different ethnic communities absorbed and imbibed over the centuries. We consider food as an auspicious entity to preserve culture and connect people other than satisfying hunger and perform body functions. There is a need now today, as we are here talking about our traditions and food, there is a need to revive our traditional cuisines and promote it to ensure it is not lost. Traditional foods provide a link to our past. I always say, Mr. Anand, that our future is in our past. So traditional food provides a link to our past and culture and serves as a reminder of our rich food culture, particularly for young generation, as with the changing eating habits, lack of awareness about nutritional value of traditional food, and in absence of standard recipes over the time, we have witnessed the loss of many traditional recipes, which my colleagues just mentioned also. So it is now time to put all of our efforts to recognize, revive, and restore these hidden culinary gems. I have compiled a menu, which is influenced from Gujarat, from Rajasthan, from Madhya Pradesh, and with the elements of Punjab. Being a Punjabi, these elements had to be there, and of course the sweetness of Banaras in the menu. The amuse-bouche that would come straight away to your table now is the Arbi Patta Patri. This Calocasia leaf rolls, they are stuffed and steamed and fried and then tempered with sesame seed. Now, what element that I have added to it is topped with raw papaya chunda relish. Now, this relish is totally a contrast to the texture and taste of the Calocasia rolls, and of course, to top it, another element from different state, chili Gondaraja lime foam has been added, an airy foam, light and fresh. This is small like a canopy, and this amuse-bouche comes to your table. Followed by a small cup of, I would prefer to serve it in a demi-tasse, and it's a chilled mandia. Now, this mandia is a traditional rice water fermented beverage. It is tempered very delicately with cumin and asafoetida, and just to accompany with it, I'm trying to give a small piece of pitod or a khichia papad. Now, this will give a different element to this chilled beverage and make it look very, very elegant in presentation also. Going forward, now this mandia, if I'll just talk about little about the history of this mandia, it's a rice water which is fermented and flavored. This fermentation of mandia is a natural process because we leave it in a handi for 2 days. So it is a natural process through which microorganisms like yeast and bacteria convert the carbs, such as the starch and the sugar, into alcohol and acids. The alcohol or acids act as a natural preservative and give mandia a distinct zest and tartness. It is then tempered with, as I mentioned, with cumin and asafoetida and served with khichia. Now, this fermentation also promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria known as probiotics. So this is the goodness of the traditional food that we have, which makes mandia a very highly nutritious meal for the harsh summers and the dry cold winters of Rajasthan. Moving forward,
Quickly.
Yeah, Mr. Anand, I was in 1982 when we opened a hotel in Delhi. Came across a dish, Murg Banno Kebab. Now, this of course was influenced by Kasturi Kebab. Of course, this saffron and cardamom scented boneless chicken. It is cooked twice. Second time coated with an egg and saffron and cashew nuts. Now, this kebab, I'm trying to make it a little more contemporary by adding a nitro charged minty charge. So this buttermilk has been charged with nitro, and I'm serving it with the Italian prosecco. This meal is very close to me because this is during my early days of being a chef. This boneless chicken thigh are marinated and scented with cardamom and saffron. And best part is, when we coat it with the egg and the cashew nuts, it is Banno actually means a bride, and the way bride, gets ready, the makeup that she does, the beauty that comes out is finally when the saffron threads are seen on the kebab. It looks so beautiful. And for the vegetarian version, of course, I have got a Indori Bharwa Bafla. Now this is a specialty which is steamed, a fried dumpling, and when the dumplings are fried, I press it and make it into patties, and then serve it with achari and mirchi bhatia, which is a stone grounded chutney, which is very coarse and goes very well with this. So this is the vegetarian version. Again, I would serve it with prosecco, and this is a very, very beautiful dish that is coming your way now. Is my main course, which I'll be also showing you on the camera, which is Murg Shekhawati. Now, this country chicken or a wild game was used to make this dish earlier, but today I have made it with, of course, the chicken. And I'll first show you the presentation of the dish so that it is, when I talk about it, you're able to see. I'll just quickly show you the
show us the presentation, and then Sharad will have to take over. Otherwise, he'll have no time. Are you through now, Rakesh?
Yeah, I'm just on my main course. This is the main course that I had presented to you just now, and I move on to my dessert, which comes from Banaras. This is Banarasi Malai ki Gilori. This beautiful dessert, yeah, it is now being one of the lost recipes. Don't find them in the hotels anymore. And this is a mithai, from Banaras, which has mawa, rabdi, misri, fennel, and the flavor of cardamom folded into like a gilori and topped with some clotted cream, and of course some pista and saffron. This is so beautifully presented, and I am topping it with the caviars of motichur. This will give a little more color to the dish. And Banaras, we all know, is known for making sweets, and especially milk-based sweets. So this comes your way, the sweetness of Banaras, and I have quickly wrapped up the menu. Now, before I wrap up, it is very customary for me to, Mr. Anand, for you, on behalf of all the chefs present here. We are all men of actions, but I could see many good speakers here. A share is coming your way, a couplet. मिलेगी परिंदों को मंजिल, ये उनके पर बोलते हैं. मिलेगी परिंदों को मंजिल, ये उनके पर बोलते हैं. रहते हैं खामोश कुछ लोग, जमाने में उनके हुनर बोलते हैं. It's the talent of the chefs that speaks for them rather than their words. Thank you very much. Sure for you.
Young Diwan with that sexy haircut. तेरे को ज़्यादा नहीं है चल. तेरा hair style भी दिखा दे यार, झांकी तेरा.
So good afternoon. It's quite an honor to be in such an esteemed panel, such glorified chef. Right. So my menu is. It always happens that I'm always at the finishing. That means I'm finishing the race for everybody. So, but I love to do that. So my menu is called the Karma, as Mr. Anand had just said, and it revolves around 7 courses. And each course is a part of a milestone or a journey or an inspiration of the great people that I've worked with and worked for. So my first dish, which is an amuse bush, is called Dudna Puff. That is our very Indian molecular dish from Udwada. So this is like a small dollop of doodh, which is very light, very airy, and it's just sprinkled with a little bit of holy basil dust. So that's going to be my amuse bush. The first dish of my course is dedicated to late M.F. Hussain. And this dish is called the Kebab-e-Fida Hussain. And it is through Mr. Anand that we created this kebab. And this kebab has got a lot of story. I will not get into the story. It's made with chicken mince and a lot of herbs and spices. But what I'll serve it with, because Mr. Hussain, I came to know, used to like the Japanese way of presenting food. So I would present this kebab not in an Indian way, but in a Japanese manner, with a Japanese teacup on the side, so that moritusuke side of, and this will have Irani chai, because that used to be his favorite drink. So Irani chai with Kebab-e-Fida Hussain, presented in a Japanese style. So this is my dedication to M.F. Hussain, my favorite painter. My second course is a dedication to, I've been in Bengal for almost 13 years now, and perhaps the only smoked cheese that you, I hope you're hearing the music that is changing at the background. With every dish, I'm trying to bring in some music of the local flavor. So this particular cheese, smoked cheese called Bandel cheese from Bandel, is perhaps the only smoked cheese in India. And this was left behind by Portuguese, who were among the 13 settlements which came into Bengal. Perhaps the only state with such large number of settlements. And what I'll create with this will be a Bandel cheese souffle, and I will serve it with an Amshutto jam. Amshutto is Aam Papad in Bengal. I'll serve it with that, so it goes very well with the saltiness and the smokiness. And the drink which I'll serve with this will be a dirty martini. And I'm going to stick to afternoon drinks, a dirty martini, but it'll be flavored with Gondaraj rather than any other lemon. Right, so when Park turned 50 around 2 years back, and I was in Visakhapatnam, I came across this amazing cuisine called the Bongulo Kitchen, where they used to cook food in raw green bamboos. And so, over open spitfires. And this cuisine has really fascinated me so much. So my next course is going to be like a live on spitfire, open fire on the table for you through a green bamboo, and it will have prawns, the Bay of Bengal prawns, and it will have jackfruit seeds. Two very, very local things from there. Again, see, as you see, these are all things which I've been researching on, and Ms. Priya Paul for Park Hotel, she's been telling me to keep on researching these lost dishes, and it's such a beautiful topic that has been given to us. It's really exciting. So this is another lost cuisine which I feel we should come back to our tables. When I've been going around for doing my research, I've done a lot of research on rice. A lot of research on rice. I've done a couple of festivals on just about rice, and it just amazes me the amount of rice that we had. But rice is not what I'm going to talk about. One of my journeys when I was doing this rice journey was in Odisha, bordering Bengal. And you'll be amazed to know that there is, I don't know if any one of you heard, there is a mushroom called Chuna Chattu. Now, this mushroom grows on the paddy straw. When the harvest is done, this mushroom grows on the paddy straw. And it grows only for 15 days in a year. You cannot get it. They're trying to cultivate it, but you cannot. Can you imagine? This is more rare than the morels, actually, if you ask me.
I love
This is perhaps the cheapest.
I love you and all that.
On the menu.
Because we still need to give 5 minutes to Kunal. Otherwise,
No, sir. I'm just now, when my next course, which has I hopefully has been served to Kunalji and Mr. Anand, has already been served at your houses, is a biryani. And this biryani is a Muniadi temple biryani. I hope you've received the cups, and I'll be served. I've sent across these beautiful biryani in these cups, because I believe a lot can happen over a cup of biryani. So this particular biryani, this is perhaps the only festival which has been started by the chefs community, by the restaurateurs.
Like Karan,
and it's a festival which...
Okay, we have just 1 more minute.
And last course is the dessert, is again going to be something which, because we don't get now fresh milk in our houses, is kharwas. The kharwas was milk which was by cows which have just given birth to calves. So the extra milk was called kharwas. Again, a very rare commodity, and I'll serve a dessert made out of that. I hope Mr. Anand and Kunalji have liked the research that I've done on the lost dishes in my karma menu for all of you.
We especially love your hairstyle. Kunal,
Yes.
very quick. We've
I'll quickly, if I look, all the chefs have sort of opened my eyes to cuisines and to foods that are not available in any normal restaurant. Amit, you had me at the CKP Khimachi Basundi. I mean, it's unbelievable, especially since my cuisine comes so close to the CKP cuisine. Himanshu, if you can take pandi curry, pork belly pandi curry, and put avocado in it, it's just an amazing combination. Manisha, the adrak ke panje with gin you just unbelievable. And the fact that you actually presented yellow dal, which nobody seems to present yellow dal, everybody wants to do kali dal, itself was just a brilliant thing. Parvinder, the plating, it's fully scientific. Whatever you did was so scientific looking. It just looked great. The plating, it was international quality as far as I'm concerned. Especially the soup with the tea bag and the veggies are all excellent. Yeah, Rajiv, the fact that you cooked everything at home, I can't believe it that without any sous chef, without any kitchen, you cooked everything at home. And the murg ki barfi was something that I would have died to eat. And Rakesh, the dessert, Malai ki Gilori from Banaras, and the patra, your starter, was something that is just brilliant. And to do kharwas, Sharad, to do kharwas, which nobody really thinks of kharwas now. And the dirty martini with Gonduraj I'll have any day. So, and Doodh Ka Puff. Doodh Ka Puff is something I've had in Udwada, and one fellow comes to Dadar and sells it every winter also. Yet, Dadar Parsi colony. Yeah. So, congratulations, guys. Thank you very much. Now, Gautam, there are the prizes, not the prizes, the appreciation. Shall we announce?
Because, let me tell you, everybody is a winner. I have never seen such a beautiful celebration in my life. Except that, as I said, I wish I could. So, just announce the appreciations. You have a list.
I have a list. This is of no particular order. What we've only tried to do is not give the ITC people ITC things. That's all. Otherwise, there's a fine wine hamper presentation by Lakhav and Madhulika Bhattacharya Dal, which goes to Manisha Basim, Chef Manisha. There's an organic food hamper by Achintya of Krish Crash. Chef Rajiv, that's for you. There's Fabel's chocolate hamper, ITC Foods. Himanshu, you need to eat some chocolate and put on some weight. Please go for it. One more Fabel, ITC Foods and Hotels hamper, which goes to Parminder. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah. Chef Rakesh, there's a 2-part hamper specially put together by Just Organic and Kejriwal Honey, which is for you. A food grocery hamper by Needs Supermarket to Chef Sharad, and a welcome break by ITC to Chef Amit. So I hope you enjoy these. These are lovingly given appreciations from all these wonderful sponsors. So I hope they reach you, and hope you can enjoy them.
Yeah. Just do me a favor. On our WhatsApp group, just text me your addresses. Sharad, Needs is in Delhi, so we'll have to look at some logistics. Okay, but let me tell you, नजरों में फिर फूल महके, दिल में फिर शमा जले, आज तसव्वुर ने लिया आप रत्नों के साथ खाने का नाम, भाई बुला लिया करो. Thank you very much. Everything time. I'm sorry we're being thrown out. I'm sure I will be banned now participating in any.
If I can have one last word, all those who made presentations, I would love to receive them. So if they can be mailed to either Gautam or the team, I would be honored if I could receive your presentations. Yeah, I would keep them close to my heart.
Now that you are no longer a secret, we will uncover your email and your etc. But very, very brilliantly done. We are so proud of you, and India is proud of. Really amazing.
Really.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My apologies to the team at PW Administration.